Welcome back to
Ha 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 ha, staying alive, ha 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 ha, running from a lie.
Yeah, that's enough of that. So where are we at this week? Well, we're finally at 20 babies. There's number 20. There's number 19. Yeah, another ginger. We got a good crew of gingers. So what's this week looking like? Well, this empty pen is now no longer empty. And yes, she's given me evils. This is Sheena. Mentioned her in the previous video. She calved, other cow tried to take her calf. Now the eagle-eyed will see why she's here. She's not the oldest, and not normally would she be across here. She probably would have at least another year, maybe 2. I can't remember what I is. I think 13. I think she's 13 years old. So a lot of people would say that's getting on, but not for here. But like I said, as you can see, her quarters, her vessels are dropping and her teats are getting shorter. So lucky enough to be halfway there, she figured out how to get on them, but have a sneaking suspicion that her vessels, her quarters are going to get lower and the nipples are going to get shorter. So yeah, and plus we have to keep her. Oh, apparently the red calf likes John Deere tractors. Hello. Anyway, so yeah, she's there now. Her calf will probably be a keeper. We did not put the pair tag on it to keep it. We're just gonna kind of keep it. We have a very big list of proposed keepers, so that will be a round 2 pick. So we don't put double tags on round 2s until we're for sure. So I'm gonna have to go and grab a cab somewhere that's in here. So yeah, I'm gonna go and grab the bales, come in the back, put the bales in here. This week we'll probably see the end of this crew having this whole middle pen. What we end up doing is there's 2 panels in the wall there, from there to there to there. We'll pull that panel, swing it round. There's another panel on the other side of it, and bring it over here, and we'll split this pen in 2. So when I come in with this machine to put feed bales in and blow straw, all the babies can run into the other side, and that way I don't have to worry about driving over them, because that is a worry. That is a big worry, especially when you have a rope calf somewhere in here. Yeah. So, yeah. Stay tuned. Gosh knows there's gonna be something going on. Hey, Sigurd. You know, you spend all the time with them and they really like you. And then you do something weird like sit on the ground. And all of a sudden it's like, what the heck are you? Mark is a bit of an aged squeakers. She's very nervous, but she's very petted. And then there's my sugar. Yeah. Who are you? Oh, Ruby. Ruby's right here. Leia, she's already quite shocked. She's not sure why I should be down here. But that's what we're watching. We're watching a 3-year-old that's having her first calf. And that's April, the one that we've been keeping an eye on, that's huge. Massive. It's a good sized calf, but we'll see if it's going to be twins or not. Because it's possible. She is big. Okay. You guys are starting to get a little too wrapped around me. If someone gets pushed, I'm getting hurt. So, okay. So, yeah, I don't know if I put the picture in here. As you can see, I had to get in there. Which, considering she's such a big frame cow, and there's a decent sized calf, like he's almost, maybe I would say 90 pounds. At 90 at a push. He's all legs. He's all legs and feet. Yeah. It got past the knuckle on one foot, at the knuckle on the other foot, and the nose was just getting into the birth canal, and that's as far as she got. She was there for about half an hour. So yeah, if in doubt, get them out. So yeah. And that's the one thing about this this family. This is the jet line. See, she is a granddaughter of the ancient one. As you can see, 198A was the ancient one. So 198AP, and she's the R. Like I said, she's a third year, first time calver, because we had such an awful catch. Or half of these girls did not have calves last year. And I know a lot of people would have just cut them loose, but no, it wasn't their fault. That was a bull issue. This big girl here, Amy, she's a first timer too. But we've worked away with her to get her quiet. April here, we tried, but she wouldn't quieten down. So yeah, I just managed to get the chain onto the calf's foot, the one that was a knuckle past. I just managed to get the chain onto just the foot to apply enough pressure to stop her getting away from me. So yeah, didn't use a machine. I have a machine. I pray to gosh I never use it. It barely ever comes out. It came out last year. It came out last year because we had issues with the bull, and it was, I don't know where she is. Sammy. She's one of the ones with half ears. That's Frodo. So it's the other one that looks like Frodo. Yeah, she had that big calf that was coming out Superman style. That's the only time we've used that calf machine in the last 5 years. So yeah, like I said, try not to use it because you can hurt cows pretty bad. I didn't have to pull all that hard, but we got the calf out just on time. Kind of like that one in the blue pen there, the 131. When it hit the ground, it wasn't doing a lot of moving. So yeah, it's a win. That's us at 25. So yeah, 2.5 weeks in to be at 25. That's all right. Hurry up and wait. So yeah, it's Friday. And it is warming up lovely. Yesterday was supposed to be warm. It was rather chilly. We had a lot of hair frost this morning. So yeah, September is going to be wet. July is going to be wet, and September. So we'll revisit that estimate for this year for haying season. So where are we at? We are at 25 as of Friday. So I've got waiting for this chocolate brown girl to be done drinking because Mum needs to have her second tag put on. She broke that one. This is Ginny, and lovely big girl. And then there's a cow over there who's a digger, which is weird considering last year she was an absolute sweetie pie. She lost her calves last year, or calf, we're not really sure if she had twins or not. And she adopted one of twins from another cow that's getting ready to calve. And she took the calf easy, like absolute sweetie pie. Right now, she's not happy, but she has to come here. She doesn't need tags. Calf gets tagged, she's fine. And then, our 3-year-old first timer she has to come across the road and come get her forever tags and go through. Because even though it is just her first time, at 3 years old, they have to make the move across to the big herd. Because way too big to go with the first timers in that pen. Plus there's 20 in the first timers. So that's way too many to keep as a group. Like have them and then add in another half dozen from this pen. So that's to do, but I'll do that one later. So what are we doing? Well, we're gonna do these two, and then while everyone's eating and get these guys fed, I'm gonna move that panel over. And if you can see right there, the other two panels are already in there. So that one will swing over to here, and then this lot here will have the run through into there. And that way when I come in here to do bedding and stuff, the calves have somewhere to run and they're not underneath the tractor, because that's when it gets dangerous. Anyway, gonna get this one done. So yeah, 3-year-old heifer. This is this big bull calf we pulled out of her. And man, is that black. Like that is where his aunt, like, no, great aunt, her aunt, yeah. Her grandmother was the ancient one. The great aunt got her name Jet because she was jet black. And you can see that he's mid-thigh to me, and I'm 6'5", so he's a big boy, but he's sleepy Joe. So we got to walk him across the road. You ready, buddy? Howdy. So what are we doing? Well, spent the day making a nice road over here from the generic hay over there. It's kind of the lower quality stuff. That had a rain on it. Yeah, that one had a rain on it. It was baled up a little bit on the side of tough. That is from down here. Yes. I'm trying to remember. Yes. Anyway, so what is this? Well, this is kind of hard to tell from here. See that dark green spot? This is the high quality second cut. So kind of like the third cut that was on the field over there, except it got baled high moisture and frozen. So we've been processing that and using it for protein. This is the stuff that's for the calved cows. So this is high quality, high alfalfa content. So we will be feeding this stuff with the green feed oats and the lower quality. So, you know, could go to the expense of having a bale processor come in and chew it all up in a big pile. Cows do that in their stomach. So we'll feed them green feed and low quality, and then one of these and low quality. So they go through it and they end up, you know, blending it themselves. So yeah, we had a lot, as you can see right here. There was 4 feet of snow across here. I almost got this little thing stuck the last day trying to get in here to these. So today it was really, really nice. So put on the big blade and come in here and open this up. So now I'm going to set out the first half row here to thaw out, and then because this is the half row, please move, because I think there's 66 bales here, if I remember correctly. There's 20 on each of these 3, and then yeah, there you go. So there's 6, yeah. So there's 66 bales here. So this plus the other bales in the blend will keep them going till they go out to pasture. That and the silage is going to be starting soon, but the silage is going to the in-calf animals, not the calved animals, because with the way the feed rail is right now, we can't trust the little calves to not pop out through the feed rail. So that's why the calved cows are shut inside their own pen. That way we don't have the breakout gangs. that's why they're getting this, and the silage is going to all the other ones. Anyway, so I'm going to pick these last 3, set them over here, because it's supposed to be really nice to get all that snow and ice melted off. And then I'll put the blade back on and come in and clean all of this away, and then that'll let these bales all melt. Clear as mud. So, what are we doing on this fine Saturday? Well, we are finishing, well not finishing, we're pulling down the last of the first stack. So, these are the evergreens. These are the green feed oats. So, see the color change right there. So this is what we still have for the green feed. I liked, for the most part, we haven't had any trouble with the net wrap getting frozen together. But what we have had an issue with, of course, the one that that's what we've had an issue with. Rats. Rats. So that's the downside to I think you call it tube stacking, or is that double row is tube stacking? So the triangle stacking like this, yeah, it creates tunnels. So you get 3 tunnels off the ground, and then you get the 2 on the ground. And I know I've seen foxes and the odd like kind of a weaselly ferret type deal. Not a polecat, that's a different story. I've seen them going into the tunnels on the ground, and for the most part I have no problems with that. As you can see there, you can kind of see the openings. And yeah, we've got ones going in up here, and those seem to be the rats. They don't seem to be as bad on these really good quality 3/4 grass, quarter alfalfa bales. These are the second cut that were no rain, perfect condition. Actually, these will be for sale. We've got quite a lot, so I'm going to probably let about 200 of them go. So if somebody's looking for hay in this area, hit me up in the comment section, we'll do a deal. So yeah, for the most part, these ones, there's no real sign of critters in these, but the oats, oh yeah, boy. Because look at that. Now don't get me wrong, definitely not as bad as having zombie deer like BCP trucking. I don't think anybody wants zombie deer. And if you guys want to see something scary and you haven't seen BCP Trucking's videos, go over, check them out. Because those deer, they're scary looking. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not kidding when I say zombie deer. They're messed up, tongue hanging out of the head, running around like they're drunk on Red Bull or something. They're just, that's weird. So yeah, go over, check them out, and you'll see something you've never seen before. So it's warm right now, as you can see by all the puddles. So I'm going to set up these bales to try and melt off these chunks. For the most part, these ones are good, but for the whatever reason, this pile here next to the road really did that quite bad. See, not too bad. Anyway, let's get on. Recycling. Where's all this global warming? Oh, don't worry. Part of the contract, the new program with the Conservation District, the 1,000 trees that are showing up this year, part of it is the new shelter belt that comes in here, goes around that side of the lagoon, round to there, and then up this side. So all these old elms and stuff that are dying, They're all coming out. Cleaning up, cleaning up. Oh, I just had to stop and grab this. You think they're related? Do you think? Oh my gosh. If I could have 200, I would have 200 of these. That's Mama, that's Stumps. As you can see, she has short ears, so yeah, it's not a very poetic name, Stumpers, but she's all mine, and that's her daughter Ellie. Stumpers does not throw heifers very often. She has bulls, and as you can see, she's a strong-built girl, and so is Ellie. But Ellie is an absolute peach. Absolute peach. Mum and daughter are absolutely cut from the same rug. Aren't you, girls? The heck was that noise? Oh. Apparently I'm being called out. Here's your girl, Ellie. So yeah, I just thought that was funny. They were standing, and they're usually not far from each other, these two. So yeah, Stumpers and Ellie, mum and daughter. And you want to see what it's close to 2,000 pounds of cow looks like. That would be it. She is all meat and potatoes. So, we are currently at number 29. 29's baby is right there. So yeah, we've got another second timer. She has milk dripping out of her as we speak, so she will be done by today. And so 29, 27, and then that one there was 28. So there's two more in this pen that are real close. So pretty sure we'll crack 30 by the end of today, which is Sunday. But one of the big things is number 29 there. She is number 29, like her tag. She is number 98. And the reason that means something is that is a jet daughter. So another one of the progeny, another one of the mass crew that is Jet's family. And there's still at least half a dozen in here of Jet's offspring, between daughters and granddaughters. But there is another one of Jet's daughters. She is due to calve today. She was just here, no, unless that's her way to start doing her thing. She was just here. Yeah, she must be a way to do her thing. So yeah, lots of the Jet line, and old Jet, she is getting close to her. She's starting to get a wee jiggle. No boob, but she never usually boobs up until she calves. And then it comes on. Like if you could put a time lapse, it would be crazy. And then there's a tie. Yep, that's the alarm. Okay, lovely days of wasting. Sadly, downside to feeding highway hay to cattle. Every day. Yeah. It's not technically free. So as you see, the feed rail ain't so full no more. And this is what happens. As more come in here. Hey darlings. That's one of our latest. I don't know if was I filming this? No, I don't think so. This is one of Jet's daughters. This is one of the like I said, there's at least a dozen, if not a dozen and a half of her family members in here. So that's Jeddah. Her daughter, we usually do derivatives of the new names. So Jed, her daughters all get Jet names. So she's Jeddah. There is Jet Star is the next one to Cav. And then there's another one of their sisters. Her name is Jeddah. She was almost called Jedi, but that was just weird. So her name is Jeddah. She has jet black, which is another family trait. So yeah, now that this pen is filling up, they now have the back half of that pen. As you can see, the panels are set up. Like that. So yeah, now there's enough animals just for these 2 pens of feed rail, but they still have access to this. The reason that we're not letting these guys have access to this is because those calves will be out. So that's the reason for redesigning the feed rail. So this board will come up higher, because I've been kind of assessing the cows. Like, how high can I make the board before it starts to impede on their necks, on their throats? So I can still come in at least another 6 inches up. So I have a whole bunch of steel, which is actually the frames for an air floor for grain bins. It was a whole bunch of extras that were at a sale. So 2 layers, which will be like to there. That'll be perfect for that. So that will almost certainly hold the little buggers back for the most part. But then when I put the neck bars and then the headlocks, hopefully that should keep them back. Because right now, we have things like that going on. And yes, you all might notice, there's a bull missing. Lamar, our cleanup bull, whether it was Tubby there, pushed him through the cables, ended up in here last night. So, Mrs. Piper Dog and myself managed to wrangle him into here, loaded him into the trailer, and he's now in the faraway corral, which was the cull pen. So, he's by himself, which means Sheena is there. So Sheena and her baby which is a keeper, which is now called Fiona, that's her there. That little broccoli cutie pie. Yeah, that's Fiona. So there's another one of our 3-year-old first timers. That's Chippy up there. Chippy and her baby Happy. We're about to run them across the road in here, and then that way Chippy will get tagged, and she'll have our forever tags, and Happy will get her tags because she will be a keeper, a steer. Enemy. So what am I doing? The check. You feed them, you walk them. Now I pretty well know who is. There's one right there. I'm pretty sure that's Jet Star. She's already on the list. This is another one. I think that's 41. There's 4 on my list right now. Just checking. It's a close one. She's got the hooch, but she doesn't have the bag. There's one of the culls. I know she's on the short list. She is ready to go. Is that her there? I think that's her. She's on the cull list. So if she was nearby the gate, I would try and walk her across the road, but no, it's easier to do it once they've calved. There's another one, 46. She's got a nice wee bag on her. Puddin's got the size, she just doesn't have any signs. So yeah, a couple of little mucus plugs are starting to show up. So yeah, we've had a couple of big days, a couple of 4 calf days. Yesterday was a 4 calf day. We've had nothing today so far. We seem to do that 4s and 2s, a few singles, and then usually when there's a 4, we'll have a 0. Just kind of happens that way. Yeah, she's a goer. So yeah, I'm not really sure what all is in this video. In the next couple of videos, going to be a couple of things coming up. A couple of weeks is going to be one really weird one you guys are going to get a kick out of, and it'll make all the sense and why you don't see me in front of the camera very often, but it will all become clear when you see it. So yeah, that does it. 30 cows calved, 30 calves on the ground, no twins, not a one. Weird, I know, very bizarre, but I'll take singles alive than taking twins and drama. We've got another 3-year-old that's about to calve. She had a calf last year, but it was traumatic birth and the calf didn't make it, so she'll be another first-time mother at 3 years old. So yeah, bad calving last year. Half of this pen did not get a live calf on the ground, so that's a problem for this year. And we're still waiting for the first timers to get going again now that they're in the time for the Hereford bull to start showing his babies. So yeah, on that note, supper time, and like I said, hope you come back next week. There might even be a bit of a music video coming up here shortly too. So hope you're all well. Thanks for watching. Teddy, bye. Apparently they're not getting along.